or their parents will. The diamond dealers, them choppers and baby killers, the oil drillers, Black Nation resource stealers, the truth concealers, suppression of true guerrillas, Patrice Lumumba, Nkrumah, Lauren Kabila, the people traders, poor population enslavers, the black/brown/yellow baby creators, the black/brown/yellow unity haters, the red/white/blue liberty wavers, eugenicists, world imperialists, evolutionists, black moon pollutionists, the euthanizers, third world birth sterilizers, Nazi sympathizers, finances and arms suppliers, the nuke igniters, the World Health Organizers, the virus writers, smallpox, Ebola splicers, the throne usurpers, the worst death deservers, the devil worship, more power for every murder. A 1996 expose by the San Jose Mercury News documented CIA involvement in a Nicaraguan drug ring which poured thousands of kilos of cocaine into Los Angeles African-American neighborhoods in the 1980s. Drug boss Danilo Blandon, now an informant for the DEA, acknowledged under oath the drugs for weapons deals with the CIA-sponsored Contras. The Club of Rome, World Bank, the Skull and Bones, Alhamdulillah engraved in the Pope's throne, the camouflage, the right verse left mirage, wishing Kerry got naked to pleasure in the same lodge. The Reagan years, illuminous presidents, ever since they've been facing the obelisk, the Kabbalists. Harry Potter is not a myth, this ain't on radio, but this that shit. The war on drugs has been a war on poor people, particularly poor urban African-American men and women. It's well documented that police enforcement of the new harsh drug laws have been focused on low-level dealers in communities of color. Arrests of African-Americans have been about 5 times higher than arrests of whites, although whites and African-Americans use drugs at about the same rate. African-Americans have been in prison in numbers even more disproportionate than their relative arrest rates. It is estimated that in 1994, on any given day, 1 out of every 128 U.S. adults was incarcerated, while 1 out of every 17 African-American adult males was incarcerated. The differential in sentencing for powder and crack cocaine is one glaring example of institutionalized racism. About 90% of crack arrests are of African-Americans, while 75% of powder cocaine arrests are of whites. Under federal law, it takes only 5 grams of crack cocaine to trigger a 5-year mandatory minimum sentence, but it takes 500 grams of powder cocaine 100 times as much to trigger the same sentence for a white boy.
That was the Globe Holders by Wise Intelligence. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Vigo, both at the same time. So, Terry, come on over to Vigo Live. I'm going to type in the comments what my Vigo ID is so you can find me. Download that app. So today, basically, I'm going to be talking about. Okay, thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. We're streaming live on. Hey, Miko, peace. Let me turn this up. We're streaming live on YouTube. We're also streaming live here. So I have people over here on YouTube as well. I'm going to try to bring them over here to Bigo. Hey, Craig, peace. How are you? We're going to talk about this book here, What Really Happened, the Tuskegee Syphilis Experiment, Study, whatever you want to call it. This is the book here. So you all can see it here. The title. What'd you say?
Flip your screen.
Flip it. Okay, hold on. Bear with me one second.
Like mirror. There you go. All right, there you go.
Okay. So basically what I titled the video on YouTube is let me look at this title. I forgot.
I'm ready to eat.
Let me see. how long will you allow this? Stand up, basically. That's what I titled it. That's what I titled it on YouTube. The reason I titled it that is because, okay, so we've dealt with, I have to watch what I say because on YouTube it's different. So I can't really say everything that I want to say that I can say over here on Bigo. So make sure that you come over here to Bigo. Everybody here on YouTube, it's Bigo Live. The same thing on YouTube, Unity is Essential. Just type it in on Bigo and you can come over here and you can hear the rest. But the reason that I titled it that is because first we had, let's say, the so-called flu that they named something else. And now we have the so-called small pox that they've named something else. And how long will it last? I mean, how long will we allow it? In this book here, it specifically states, this was in the 1920s, right? So this was in the 1920s. And it specifically says in this book how they offered free lunches. They offered all kinds of things, burial plots, things like that, to our people to take these inoculations, etc. Back in the 1920s. Now we're in 2022, and they're still doing the same thing. So how long before we stand up and do something about it? Are we going to keep on allowing them to do this to us? So that's what I wanted to talk about today. That's what I want. Wait 1 second. I'm streaming live on YouTube and I'm streaming live on here. And we're talking about this right here. What really happened, the Tuskegee experiment, and how they are continually experimenting on us. So I want to know what you all think as far as, I mean, how long are we going to stand up or not stand up and allow them to put out all this propaganda, everything, distractions, whatever, to blind us from the fact that they're just experimenting on us like they have been since the 1920s. And that's basically what it's about. So I definitely want you all to come over to Bigo. Again, it's Bigo Live on YouTube. Bigo Live, you can download it in the App Store. If you have Apple, I don't know what it's called on Google or Android, it's probably Bigo Live 2. Download it there. Come over, type in Unity is Essential, and then you can see the rest of the broadcast here. Please come over and join us for this conversation. I appreciate it.